G'day guys, Calvin from the Car Company in New Zealand. LS430, the lights on the dash. This one, front door open. No, that's not what I want. That's what I want. That one. It's going closer. We know the doors are low tyre pressure. Let's give the low tyre pressure a reset, shall we? So, step one, check that all the tyres are at the correct pressure. Good. 2, open the door. It'll give you a warning that tells you the door's open. And go into the dash here. I need a light. To here. Where is it? Can we see it? This one. It says set, and it's got a little picture of the door it's this one here. It has a picture of set, and it's got a little tyre. Okay, and the key on. Press the button. Hold that button down. Right, I've done about 10 seconds, probably enough. Turn the key off, turn the key on, to run a system check. Tells me the front door's open. Shutting the door. Tells me to change the AC filter now, but no more low tyre pressure light. Now, not all of these cars have a TPMS system. Now, this is my personal drive car, and you'll see under here, nothing, no TPMS. My parts car, no TPMS. And I was going to show you how it's meant to go into initialization. And I happened to just recently get a 6-speed Celsius, but it's in Japanese. So that doesn't really help me because it don't read Japanese. I use Google Translate sometimes. But Callum's car isn't going into initialization. And it's really strange that it won't do it. No matter how long I held it, whatever sequence I did it, it's not going in because there's a problem. Okay. So let's get into the workshop. Let's find out a little bit more and see if we can fix it. Now, it'd be nice if it just stopped there, and hopefully your guys' ones do just stop there. Okay. This one's got an issue where you drive it for a period of time and the light comes back on. Now, with this reset process, you'll need to drive it. There is actually a set procedure for the amount of time at, I think it needs to be above 60 miles an hour or over 100 k's an hour, or at around 100. And you drive for a certain period of time and it resyncs the tyre pressure sensors. Now, or the tyre pressure monitoring system, tyre TPMS. Now, these don't have sensors in the wheels like a lot of vehicles. They actually run off the speed sensors, or the ABS wheel speed sensors, I should say. And it monitors when you're traveling in a straight line, because it knows where your steering wheel is, the circumference of each wheel, and providing that all your wheels or your tyres are around about the same circumference, so they're all got the same amount of, about the same amount of pressure and the same kind of tyre, then it won't bring up any more faults. This one does bring up faults, so I'm actually going to go through more of a process and go for a drive and see what else it does. I am also going to double check all the tyre pressures. I'm going to look at the wheel or the tyre sizes. I may even chuck it up on the hoist and measure those tyre sizes to see if there are differences, because we do have two different brands of tyre on this motor vehicle, to try and sort that problem out. Right, I'll do a bit of an update once we get further into it. I've got a few jobs to do on this car that I'm trying to solve, and it's been used as a test car for a few other bits and pieces as well, so look out for those videos, and I'll update you real soon once we're at the workshop and it's up on the hoist. I reset the tyre pressure lights, the tyre monitoring system on this, and you know that there's no tyre monitoring sensors. It's done by the wheel speed sensors. So it works out the circumference of the wheel based on the wheel speed sensor. And you can actually calibrate it, and this car won't calibrate. But do you think having a good ride on the back and having a Ventus Prime 3 on the front could be a difference? Oh, it's a Hankook. It's a Hankook and a good ride. Oh. What do you think the difference in the circumference is on those wheels, on those tyres? Probably enough to be annoying. I'm going around the centre tread, so I can't fall into the tread. Very techo piece of measuring equipment here. Fighting gravity. Okay, it just comes to the back side of the measuring comes severe, which is correct. You would have thought I would have checked the size, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, they're the same size. Different speed rating. Much difference I can see.
So one came to here,
and
this one comes to
there.
So they're actually that much different in size. 20 mils difference. Wonder why it has a tyre pressure indicator light coming on.
That'll do it.
That'll do it, eh? 20 millimetres. Now I've got to try and get it to initialise. So there is an initialisation process. So it learns the diameters of the tyres, or circumferences of the tyres. So that's how much these are different, 20 mils. But it won't go into initialisation mode, this car. And that's why the light comes back on after about 20 k's. Key on. Let the warning go away. Triangle of death go away. Go away, come on. Push the button. Hold the button. Make sure you push the correct button. Pressure initial. Goes away. And now I'm going to drive the car. Jason's going to drive it, and it's going to hopefully pick up on the wheel speed sensors. We'll get Jason to report back. He's taking the car back to the owner tonight. Fingers crossed it actually calibrates for that bigger wheel. Don't like my chances, but there's a maybe. Alright guys, the sunlight's shedding in and the day's over. Look at that, how dark I just disappeared. A few things, it won't initialize the TPMS sensors if it has any wheel speed faults, or any ABS faults, or any traction control faults, or any vehicle stability control faults. So fix all those first. I'm not confident that this is going to calibrate a 20 millimeters, centimeters is way different, 20 millimeter different tire size, but I am a little bit hopeful. So here's hoping that it does actually do its thing. And as I said, Jason will inform us in the morning. Okay, so as you can see, when we held it at the end there, we actually got it to initialize. Now, really interesting, what did I repair? The only thing I can really put it down to is we ended up tightening up the rear wheel bearing. It was a little bit loose, and we took a risk on it and just cranked up the nut, and it took the play up. Not an ideal repair as such, but we certainly know that if that wheel bearing, if the play comes back in that wheel bearing, then it needs to be replaced regardless. We did a whole lot of other things on the car and checking, and we did a service and we did a transmission service, and after doing these things for no apparent reason, the initialization system would work. I don't actually have an exact answer, but I'm glad it did. So I hope that's been helpful, and we'll talk to you again soon. Catch you later.